There you go.
Blinded.
Alright.
Alright, back what I was doing. Okay, we're looking for oil pump gaskets because we don't like these ones here. So we have to have the cover, the body, the original gaskets, and all these other ones here to play with. So this is the one you didn't like for some reason. I'm not sure why you didn't like that one. It's so nice, wonderful looking. And you got this one here. Holes line up perfectly. Okay, so now this here is the Midwest gaskets. Where's those two at? Okay, these are the replacement ones they sell you. Now, do you think those match those?
I would imagine they do, but from what you sound like, I don't think they do.
Is this a high volume part or a low volume part?
Low volume.
This is low volume. Okay, this is the Ultima replacement gasket for this gasket. They're almost identical. Look how close they are. So obviously they know exactly what they're doing because the gaskets are almost identical. Now, I'm not sure what that hole there is, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming that's probably a chain oiler hole or something. It doesn't even go anywhere, just a hole. Just a hole in a hole. So what the hell are they trying to do here? Yeah, I'm not sure what all this is all about. Obviously it doesn't match up to anything in our body. The case doesn't care. So, I don't know what the hell all this is about. But that's the one they sold me. They said they were a direct replacement for these ones.
So it is different.
Obviously they know what they're talking about. Okay, now this is the other side. This appears to be made by the same person because it's got the same stupid goofy looking grooves and everything. And you can see it's a direct replacement again. Perfect. Now, you lay this up on here and see what the hell they're doing here. Okay, obviously it matches our cutout. And this one here obviously doesn't. But it uncovers it. So it's interchangeable, doesn't really matter what it looks like. Okay, now the next thing is, what thickness are these things? 9.5 thousandths. 12 thousandths. So that means these gaskets will lower your oil pressure. 12. 9.5. So that's 2.5 thou thicker. So that means these gears right here, which are going to have a certain amount of clearance in here between the case and the top cover here, because I think these are flush. Get my straight edge. Actually, I got a gear right here. I need a straight edge. Okay, see there's a little bit of a gap in there?
Mm-hmm.
So you put the gasket in there. Get in play. Hear it?
Yeah.
Now, when you use this gasket here, you're going to have more. Hear it?
Yeah.
Because these are thicker. Gotcha. So that cuts your oil pressure and volume down a little bit. It's called blow-by or bypass. So it's probably the same on both sides. So even though these look like crap, they're actually thinner as long as they'll seal. They'll still work. Okay, now this is the S&S gaskets for your standard volume pump. And this here is your stock oil replacement gaskets from James. Now these come in dark gray and glossy black, depending on what you get these from. These usually come out of gasket sets. These come individually 10 packs. I don't know why they're different, but that's how they come. I'm sure they have a reason, right? So, same deal. There's a gasket. See, it's a nice glossy, that's glossy. These ones all appear to be fairly glossy. This is kind of another material here. That material, and you get way down the bottom of the bag, we have another material. So this one we have 3 different ones, see? So, what thickness was that one?
9,000.
Okay, this one's 10 and a half. This one's 12 and a half, so that one sucks. And then we have this other one, 10 and a half. So the glossy and the dark, the gray one, are good. This one here sucks. See, this is paper on one side, glossy on the other. So whatever that material is, that one sucks. So at least these here, we're only going to lose 1,000s, as opposed to 2.5 with the other one over there. This is a 92 nut gasket set. What's this one here? This one's 36 to 91. That's only one gasket though. So you have to have lots of gaskets here to choose from. This is 36 to 91 here. I should have every damn one in here, but for some reason we appear to be short on some of the earlier ones. Okay, that one's 92, 36, and 92. Okay, so this here is stock replacement 36 to 91. So this would match your bolt pattern. Now S&S gives you clips and a key. At least on this one they did. Now they always say you can't mix and match with Harley gaskets.
Really?
Yeah. Then we have to buy their expensive ass ones. Okay, this one appears to be 10. So that's pretty close to we need at 9.5. 10 again. So these are nice and thin, which is good. So we're getting real close on thickness. Now these are the Harley ones over here. So we'll go with these glossy looking ones. You like glossy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or do you like dull?
Well, they're gaskets, so I'm sure no one's
that
gonna be.
was 9.5 right there.
That's the performance one right there. Yeah.
9. That's even better. We just retired that one. We're going to this one here. Okay. Now this here is the pressure side, so this goes against the case. Now you see all the holes in there?
Yes.
You put the gasket up on there. Now are all the holes sealed like they're supposed to?
Appears to be.
Except for that dowel hole. So see, that's got a hole, that's got a hole. All the holes are covered and sealed in the slot and that, it's all separated. So even though you have to have an aftermarket gasket for an aftermarket pump, the stock gasket seems to work just fine. Now this is the S&S one. Now you notice how when you put this one on there, it appears to have all the same stuff going on. All the holes are there. Have a few extras there also. So if you put the two gaskets and stack them, it's hard to do, but there we go. You can see how the difference in the gaskets are. Just they have more holes in them, that's all. So this fits multiple applications. This fits what we need. We have a late bike, you know, 90 or not 90. We got a late 70s shovelhead, so this works for that. This is actually an 81 Evo gasket. Well, early shovel. 81 to 91 is what this gasket fits. So that's correct for your 79 bike, right?
78, but yeah.
78, yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, yeah. No one's counting.
The difference is the early gasket doesn't have that hole in it.
Wow.
But we have that hole, so we need it. Okay, so it appears that we can use the Harley gasket like I figured we could. And then the other thing is you go over here to the other side and you make sure that the same thing's going on. Now, let's see, here's the gasket that's supposed to be on there. Where's the Harley one? Mixing these up. See, this one has the same holes. The only thing missing, they're missing a chain oiler hole here, which we don't need anyway. And that's the only hole that's not there. See, that hole is missing. Other than that, see, these two gaskets are the same damn gasket. And of course, the replacement gasket, which is over here, has all kinds of crap going on that we don't care about. See, there's nothing here.
Yeah, right.
It's just aluminum. It doesn't do anything. So
It's weight saving.
It's just junk. Now, what it will do is going to induce an oil leak that's from here all the way around to here, because that's going to fill it full of oil, that cavity.
Mm-hmm.
This one here plugs that hole up cleanly, like we want it to be plugged. And that's a top-end feed line, as I recall. So I don't see any advantage to running these other gaskets.
Just a stock OEM replacement.
Stock OEM gasket works fine. You don't have to spend $10 here, $8 over here, and who knows what the hell Ultima wants. You know, these are only a couple bucks a piece, or $5 for a pair, whatever they are. Okay, the next one is you want to make sure you get your cover gasket. Make sure all the holes are covered. And obviously that needs to be covered. This is for a chain oiler, which we're not running. Remember we eliminated that feed
Yeah.
to your primary? So that's all there. Here's the Ultima gasket. So you have all the same holes. Okay? It's all the same stuff. Now all you do is make sure that this is covered on this. And over here, you see how the calories covered.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to have all this extra material here. Going all over here. That's good for stopping corrosion right through here. Obviously, we're going to have some area for water to get in here with this one. So you get a little bit of corrosion right along this edge. Oh well. But you can see the difference in hole size between the two of these. See how much more chance you got for sealing. And you also see that this is a little bit thicker here. Down here, they're still pretty damn thin.
Yeah.
But they're not as thin as these. So there you go on your gaskets. So you can use Ultima stuff, Harley stuff, S&S stuff. They all work. They mix and match. And the CCI gaskets, RevTech used to look like the S&S too. So pretty much it's all bullshit. You can use Harley gaskets on everything. But all you gotta do is check your holes, make sure everything that you need is covered, and everything that has to be covered is covered, so it seals. That's all that matters.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
All right.
I think it cleaned up very well.
Oh, wow.
See, it's all sand and crap down on the base of the holes. Didn't you blow these cases out real good?
I did.
Well, that's sand.
Wow.
That's why the bolts won't go in all the way. Full of sand. You blew that out, huh?
Well, not with that nozzle.
What did you use? You didn't use a long nozzle going down the hole?
I did go down the hole a bunch of times.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not enough. See the sand come out? Pull back, you can see it. Pull back on the camera, you can watch the flume come out. Ready? See all the sand dropping down?
Yeah.
It's all the sand. Feel it. You can see it.
Wow.
See it all on the see all the white?
Yeah.
That's beads.
Whoa.
That was a lot of shit hitting in the hand. So you didn't clean these cases adequately. Shouldn't be blowing all over my mill either. See, that's a long time to be pulling this shit out of your motors now. They're supposed to be all nice and sanitary and clean at this point.
It is.
Not pulling sand out, beads.
So now
That's why I don't let you guys work on anything.
well,
We'll blame it on Fred, right?
yeah, drunk dad didn't tell me.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why those screws are short and not working real good. Because this went real easy until I went the last 2 turns and it just locked up coming out. Because all that sand and shit is jammed around the top. See, now it comes out nice and cleanly.
A little bit of stuff, but not as much as the first time.
Yeah, it's still in there, but not nearly as bad, obviously. What's going on here? It's starting. Different tap. I was getting across through and going, I think. You did want to go in the hole, obviously. So now I'm cutting new threads all the way down. But I didn't feel any sand in there.
Yep.
See, it's just chips and a little bit at the very bottom. Just a little bit in the very bottom still. I go every hole in the case now because you guys didn't do your job.
What do you mean?
You didn't clean the crop out. You saw all the sand come out, didn't you?
I did. That was pretty. That was pretty.
You didn't want that in your motor, did you?
Nope.
I didn't want it either. Now I'm cutting each one of these holes 2 turns deeper. That's why I'm getting chips in there. It's mainly just chips, not sand now. So it goes down cleanly, no problem. I'm going to start cutting right here. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So now you put full length bolts in there we got. See those new bolts we got?
Yeah. Good stuff.
If you're going to put in the cover, see how long they were.
Oh.
You shouldn't have brought this over either because that's clean. We're in the machine shop area right now. Basically what I'm showing is this here. Oops, not the right bolt. That's our long one. This is the extra long one there. See all the bolts stick to equal lengths now, except for that one. We could have put another one of those long ones on this one too. So after get all these holes cleaned out, we'll do a mock-up by putting this on there and checking to make sure all these screws go in there before we button up the reel. So we'll come back when we get that done.
All right. And now you're checking.
I'm just making sure the hardware is going to go all the way down, because before we tried it, it was sticking up a couple threads. With all that beads and stuff in the holes, it wasn't going all the way down. So we put longer bolts in it, and it still goes in further. And I also tapped at full depth. So right now I have the gasket in here, but I left these washers out here. So this is our clearance factor. So obviously if the bolt's tightening up without the washer, when the washer's in there, it will pull in. Before the bolts were tight, but the cover was loose because it wasn't going all the way. And I thought it was just because they didn't thread the case all the way down, but it turns out it was full of crap. Somebody didn't clean the case adequately.
Yeah.
Now this hole also had sand in it, and this had a bunch of it in here. All these other ones here, all the oil pump stuff that we did a lot of work on, they were all clean. These are all through holes, so they were all clean. And I also checked all the oil galleries that blow through up into the breather and stuff, and they were clean. Because we did blow those out pretty good.
Yeah.
But you didn't blow out the damn cam cover screws at all.
That was my mistake.
So now you know better. And Fred doesn't know about it yet. We'll have to surprise him when he goes to
Yeah.
together. If he was here, he would have known, see? Go home early, you missed everything. Alright, so now we got everything checked on our cam cover. All the hardware works. We got our new bolts that are they actually fit the Allen wrench now because they're American bolts. Not that stupid import shit that was on there or some other brand ain't worth the squat. This is all Gardner Westcott stuff. It works good most of the time. Now, see how loose these holes are in the cam cover? That's because the cam cover has big holes in it, just like those gaskets were.
Oh.
So we have to use this larger diameter washer instead of like the Harley washer, which is a real thin one. So we do definitely have to put the washers in there with these big ass holes because that Allen will almost just suck right through that hole. It's so big. Okay, so we take this apart for the last time, hopefully. We still have to check the cam gear, so we still might have to go back in here a few more times. We can always hope though, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I got to make sure all these go on here so don't forget them. So what length bolts are you end up using?
1 3/8 and
Or two.
2 of those, and then what else we did? 1 1/4.
A quarter on 4, and then 1 3/4 for the long one.
Yeah.
And that's because we're using the Evo style cover, which is your 84 and up style cover. If you get a shovelhead cover, there'd be a couple more links in there.
Wow.
Okay, so now we got this all cleaned up. We got our plug in here. Had to watch a previous video to see all that stuff that went down. We wound up using, what, a 95 style hole, 93.
Yep.
So we're good. See a little bit of dirt down in here for some reason. And on the bottom of that oil reservoir. Not sure what's down in there, but just want to make sure everything's nice and clean. Now I want to make sure this breather goes in the hole since I did all that blowing. If there's any grit, this won't go in. See, nice and clean. That means there's no grit in there. Now if that had grit in there, I'd do a lot more cleaning in here because that means it might have got it on the side of the crank too. I also wiped this down with my fingers and felt no grit. I want to make sure you don't blow any grit in anything. Okay, so let me get the oil pump stuff and we'll be back.